Om Sri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. In previous video, we understood luck and abundance, especially in Hindu culture, Hindu tradition, in the form of goddess Lakshmi, who had 8 forms, Ashtalakshmis, and some sort of symbols, and Lord Ganesha. These types of descriptions we understood in part 1. Moreover, we people of Indians maximum believe these types of luck and abundance to lead blissful and happy life on this earth. So now we are going luck and abundance second part. Let us start with prayer. Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. There are many Indians who have devoted their time and effort to establish a name as Vastu experts. Reportedly, they insist that Vastu Shastra faults cannot be corrected by mixing and matching with religious and other auspicious symbols. Precise and knowledgeable adjustments in buildings and surrounding space are said to be necessary to compensate for initial mistakes. This brings our peace to a group of almost completely unrelated traditions, not grounded in religion, yet justified by historical beliefs. Tantra. It is the know-how of methodology in worshipping the deities via substances and materials. It is expected to help filter negative energy and vibrations and transform them into positive ones, thus attracting luck and abundance. In reality, this rather informal field of study deals mostly with lucky charms, symbols, and objects used in Hindu mythology rather than religion. Black charmi beads. These are, for example, considered very auspicious. While the plant may be endemic to Asia, the black version of the bead is said to come from Aravali mountain range and are believed to find their proper owners. The beads are supposed to have miraculous powers, never settling with an unlucky person. The black chirmi beads are symbols of Lakshmi and are therefore kept in purses, money boxes, wallets, and personal drawers to attract and keep fortune and wealth. Moreover, they are believed to repel the evil eye, physical hazards, and spiritual negativeness, as well as money related problems. Similarly, the Rudraksha is tree seed used as a prayer bead in Hinduism and other traditions. Its asserted benefits see it act as protective god against negative energy and misfortune. The Siddh Sweta Ganesh is also a mystic plant, a root of shrub named ark. It is said to grow into a shape reminiscent of Ganesha, making it one of the popular lucky charms to carry around. The root is believed to attract Ganesha's blessings to its owner. Further associated with Shiva, the shrub itself is known for improving concentration, wisdom, and family peace and harmony by chasing away negative vibrations and energy from the house. One final enduring practice attempts to find its grounds in religious practices, yet has little to do with any sacred literature or sensible belief system. The practice of baby tossing is a ritual that is still popular in certain parts of the Union. Infants up to the age of 2 are picked up to the age of by the priest, shaken and then thrown or dropped from 10 to 15-meter tall shrine temple or mosque. Now, astrology, numerology, and stand-alone auspicious symbols. Let us go analyze. Let us analyze it. It may seem a paradox that India is a country with a high literary rate compared to global averages, yet its population seems to place high confidence and faith in ancient rituals, bizarre traditions, and even pure superstitions, many beyond any possible rationalization. Expectations that symbolic practices and objects will bring luck and happiness are the norm for many Indians, and the sheer amount of such beliefs is overwhelming to the untrained mind. The yantras provide one such mystic representation of auspiciousness. Just as we saw one for Lakshmi, innumerable occult diagrams are used to worship deities in a temple, invoke their benevolence at home, or call for spiritual assistance when meditating. Yantras are supposed to bring benefits that emanate from their supernatural powers, largely based on astrology, sometimes on tantric literature. Yantras are drawn, engraved, set within another object, framed, woven, or presented in any other respectable way, often placed in a position of prominence, whether they are expected to bring luck, financial prosperity, health, or other personal and spiritual well being. Yantras are found everywhere and are treated as indispensable helpers to one's life journey. The Kirti Mukha is a head of a monster, often seen on buildings and exterior arrangements. It has a gaping mouth and large teeth symbolizing the face of fame. This strange idol is considered especially auspicious throughout India and around Southeast Asia. It is commonly fixed atop doorways and exterior walls of temples and houses, bringing luck and repels evil spirits. Jewelry is also fundamental in Desi understanding of auspicious symbols. Various gemstones are believed to bring fortune to whoever wears them, and usually the shinier and more colorful, the better. Naturally, gems and jewels have to be selected according to their desired effect, just as with some of the above informal beliefs. Astrology defines the meaning and impact that these stones have on people. Astrologers are called upon to study horoscopes, reveal good, potential, and existing obstacles, ultimately providing a short list or one specific type of compatible and auspicious gemstones. It is all very personal, and there are no universal effects traditionally declared. Gemstones are said to represent and channel the universe's energy. Based on astrological attraction, jewelry with the right gems helps gain financial resources while bringing luck and prosperity to its owner. Moreover, they have to be placed in the right position, the house or workplace, wallet or cupboard. This helps them fulfill their potential and generate the expected fortunate effects. Numbers. Hindu culture traditionally regards odd numbers as preferable to even ones. However, both 7 and 8 are especially auspicious. 7 is a lucky number in many of the world's cultures. On the other hand, 8 is auspicious in neighboring China, standing for success and prosperity, and has a similar meaning in India. A particularly lucky sequence of numbers is 786, introduced and considered auspicious by Muslims. It stands for the total value of Arabic letters needed to write Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. However, 786 also stands for the Trimurti, mean Trinity of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, as these are their respective related numbers in Hinduism. In more recent history, people have exchanged currency notes with the serial number containing 786 for exorbitant sums, giving the idea of how fortunate people think this may make them. Next, the number 108 is not only auspicious, it is also sacred in Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. It is considered to provide a link to universal truth, and order and dharma is used as an honorific for gurus. For Indians, 108 is a number of abundance, of completeness. A multiple of 9, 108, represents the proper amount of repeats for lucky mantras as well as the number of beads on a prayer string. Next, fruit. Fresh fruit is one of the traditional altar gifts for the gods, serving to attract positive energy, not only in Hindu tradition but also according to Feng Shui and Buddhism. Placed on the dining table, it also draws in abundance. Whenever fresh fruit is not available, people display paintings or art of fruit or even resembling decorative items. The peach in particular is a fruit that symbolizes immortality. Peaches are also regularly associated with money and abundance, as well as health and long life. Pomegranates are also very auspicious, especially for those looking for progeny and fertility. Lucky pomegranates are not always easy to come by, although they often ending up as display art. Another red fruit adds to the symbolic power of attracting prosperity and abundance, the red apples, more common in the northernmost parts of the country. Asserted and odd superstitions. As the above list illustrated, customs, tradition, and habits add up to an immense body of beliefs in luck and abundance. The practically innumerable cases are sometimes only regional, unrelated to a national understanding of auspicious symbols. Others may still be inexplicable, pure superstition, but the result of cultured cross pollution and possibly seen other cultures, at least Asian ones. The Indian belief system and superstitious nature share some notions that are seen around the world, including Western cultures, from the horseshoe being a powerful lucky charm to unfortunate events such as a breaking of a mirror or one's path being crossed by a black cat. Then there are some peculiar superstitions common to almost the entire subcontinent. A prime example is the habit of eating a spoon of curd and sugar before going out, especially before an important event. Urban and rural communities share this tradition, with matriarchs feeding family members with the spoon before stepping out. A rational explanation may be sought in the quick release of a limited amount of essential nutrients in the body. Yet, the superstition that this brings luck for the important upcoming task is beyond any reasoning. The do's and don'ts of Indians' auspicious beliefs and practices. To this day, an important part of Desi society is occupied by certain charismatic spiritual leaders. Depending on the state or ethnic group, they are known as Baba, Guru, Shastri, Swami, Bhagat, Bapu, or even Godman. They teach, interpret, assist, and guide those who might need a hand in the maze of symbols, rituals, traditions, and superstitions. Almost all require some sort of payment for their services, not free of cost. Just as genuinely believe in the importance and responsibility of their role, others have revealed that this might have turned into a profitable profession without much of a systematic preparation or meaningful contribution for those seeking their assistance. This regrettable phenomenon has created numerous victims over time and has repeatedly been addressed by various anti superstition bills, especially in the past couple of decades. There was a national attempt in 2012 that never turned into a law because of protests against it. The leader of the rationalist movement was even killed for promoting a campaign in support of the bill. There is only one existing Indian law against objectionable advertisements of drugs and magic remedies ever since 1954. On a state level, Karnataka is a leader in passing targeted legislation against dangerous superstitious practices starting in the year 1982 and most recently with the Karnataka Anti-Superstition Bill of 2013. But Maharashtra is the state that has adopted the most comprehensive body of legislation against exploitation in the name of auspicious rituals and superstitions. The Anti Superstition and Black Profession Magic Act that has been passed in 2013 and Mumbai deals, however, mostly with inhuman and evil practices such as sacrifices, post mortem rituals, and other serious anti-social and extreme practices. State anti-superstition laws have not covered enough ground. India possibly needs a central bill on the matter, focusing more on the victim and not the crime, more on the perpetrators' benefits and less on the customs that have led to the market for it. Cases of witch hunting and human sacrifice are terrifying and need immediate attention, albeit being relatively rare. On the other hand, there are serial examples of abuse of people's beliefs and superstitions which lead to losses, distraught families, and individuals whose pursuit of hope and luck has ended up in economic and emotional impoverishment. The case is valid for purely religious motives, as it is for millions of Indians who see lottery and gambling as an investment. Beyond legal considerations, there are the ethical or purely customary restraints that most Indians know and respect regarding their national symbolic traditions and iconography. One such example is the disrespectfulness of placing sacred Hindu symbols near or on top of private parts or the feet. There is also the concept of the sin, although not precisely as it is understood in Western tradition. Transgressions are often considered accidental, yet they still lead to remorse and might need some kind of atonement. But certain kinds of papa are under one's control. Greed is prime example, and the inability to satisfy material urges is a clear obstacle to dharma. Indians also believe in Alakshmi, the goddess of misfortune. She is said to have a taste for sour and spicy food. Therefore, people and business owners particularly tend to hang lemons and green chili peppers outside the door or place them near a burning lamp with some bright pigments nearby so that she could satisfy her hunger, not enter the premises. Otherwise, she might bring in bad luck with her. Indians still avoid shaking their legs too much, as it is not a simple sign of boredom or anticipation, but a representation of wealth flowing away from them. In some regions, leg shaking symbolizes kicking away the wisdom and knowledge already accumulated. Interpreting and translating such sensitive practices, emotionally charged religious beliefs, and symbolic traditions out of their context can rarely produce satisfactory results. One particularly notable example is iconic meaning of swastika. Historically, it was considered an accepted symbol of Nazi ideology for a decade or two, while it had been employed as a talisman of good fortune for millennia. Never a symbol of hate in Asia and India, particularly, the well being sign is universally accepted by Hindus, Buddhists, even Chinese, among others. Who believes in lucky symbols? Question. Answer. A demographic split of believers and practitioners of auspicious traditions and rituals is also quite challenging. The widespread acceptance of females might support and be happy with superstitious practices at home or the workplace compared to their male counterparts. Social class. Some clear religions divisive lines apart. Most of the main auspicious traditions are repeated nationwide. For example, the Ashtalakshmi is worshipped by Sri Vaishnava and all other Hindu denominations and communities across India. The Supreme Goddess in her eight manifestations is said worshippers across all classes in India. Class divisions are fundamental in Hindu society. Despite contemporary urges to question their rationalization and propagation, the Varnashrama Dharma is understood to be a natural system, simplifying classification of human, of labor, and societal contribution. It is not seen as limiting but conducive to spiritual advancement. The division of labor categories extends to aspects of social life as well. For example, in this context, those who perform business and commercial activity have the responsibility and power of money. The Vaishyas set aside a special day to worship Lakshmi, given her influence on money and abundance. Other notable manifestations of caste division worship are provided by Shudras who revere Lakshmi as a grain of other food they produce. The Brahmin, on the other hand, are entrusted with the knowledge of the Mother Goddess and they worship her as books. Practically all classes are touched by daily dependence on fortune and abundance and respect these traditional and rituals. Sociologists attribute the rising flow of funds for religious and superstitious practices to the very growth in disposable income among the growing middle class. Other analysts warn that new realities and financial dimensions need to coexist with old fashioned values in a healthier and possibly regulated manner. As mentioned in relation to legislative efforts, there are plenty of examples of unchecked growth and exploitation of people's beliefs. The new generation of gurus has acquired skills, connections, and resources to influence mass in media and achieve unprecedented visibility. Some daily TV programs have tens of millions of viewers, and the topics addressed produce long lasting effects in their mindsets and subsequent behavior. श्रेयकांताय कल्याण निधे निधेतराम श्री वेंकटनिवासाय श्रीनिवासाय मंगलम मंगलाशासनपरैर्मदाचार्य पूर्वकमैः सर्वैश्च पूर्वैराचार्यैः सत्कृतायास्तु मंगलम्.